Hello everyone, Dead channel here. Anyways, before we start off the video, I would like to talk about how we got our first comment, guys. Oh my god, how amazing we got a comment. I'm so happy. Okay, but honestly, I don't think I was able to fix the bitrate. I'm incompetent. But you know what I'm not incompetent at? War crimes! Which is why, everyone, I will be segueing into the meat of today's video. We will be joining a penal battalion in the Red Army. But you see, fellas, today we're not joining just any penal battalion. This penal battalion right here is a part of a corps that was assigned to take over Cirques. Not to be confused with Kursk, of course. You see, Cirques is its neighboring city. It's somewhere in Ukraine. You probably don't know. But you see, my hardy viewer, this corps has failed at taking Cirques, which is why our penal battalion, which we will now be naming the 420th Penal Battalion, has been assigned to hopefully change the tides of war. Get ready for the Eastern Front experience. But we shall first introduce our main character, the man who will change the tide of war, Boris Simishki. But you see, this man, this poor simple Russian farmer, his first order of action was to fend off a major German push. Now you see, comrades, the situation in the battle for Cirques, it has been a very long and bloody fight. The Germans, they have really showed how mighty they are in the coordination, and we are honestly at our wits' end. The Germans, they have taken the better half of the village of Lyubovka, and what is left now is mere borders that are a couple kilometers away from our Cirques HQ. We hope our defenses and the penal battalions that we have assigned to this battle will be of great help. But you shall all know, comrades, that this battle truly is brutal. Alright, cool. Now that that's done with, we are basically thrown into the middle of a giant gunfight, literally like a couple of feet away from our HQ right here. This is not fun, not at all, no help. You can already see the traces of what once was a giant battalion, a giant garrison of Soviet troops, now just scattered all around the battlefield, but we shall make do with what we have. Here I'm attempting to socialize, it seems like, in Russian, but apparently the Roblox censor system has something against Romanized Russians. Never mind, there you go, Privyet works. Of course fucking Privyet works. Anyways, I took cover in this little sandbag emplacement. I'm exchanging fire with a couple of Germans. We got a guy with a DP here, that's pretty sick. And yeah, there's a couple of feisty Germans right here. Honestly, they know how to fight, and they know how to fight. But you know, shortly after, I kind of realized that the gunfighting going on the right flank was a little bit too insane for a guy that just joined this game. So I decided that there was space for me on the left flank right here, which you can see is kind of just as hectic, but you know, we kind of can't see each other, so we're just technically firing blanks. So anyways, I started Wait, what? What's this? The Germans are retreating. The HQ wants us. Ah, I gotcha. And as such, the second phase of saving Cirques from the evil, wretched hands from the Germans has commenced. Now, I kind of don't have the footage of when we were grouping up as a squad, sort of, but I do, however, have the rushing footage for when we were rushing one of the outposts on the outskirts of Lyubov. I go in, check in both houses, see if they've got any Germans just lying around drinking the bratwurst and eating their beer. But I cannot find no one until a nearby roadblock around the the entrances for Lyubov decides to attack us and try to take out the outskirts where this glorious battle happens. I'm just gonna play it for you. Anyways, so this gunfire kind of like goes on for a while. We basically like advance a little bit farther from the Lyubov outskirts outpost. As you can see here, this is some glorious cinematography. As you can see, a bunch of like Russians just rushing Lyubov. It's so fucking awesome. I love it. Now, this is kind of the point where we kind of start deviating from our Comrade Commissar's plan, because we actually rushed to the trenches right in front of Lyubov, and we actually got like kind of near Lyubov, like we were like, as you can see here, I kind of like took cover right next to a sandbag emplacement. I don't know who put it this way, because it kind of faces into Lyubov and not outwards, which is kind of stupid and dumb. But oops, apparently they have a mortar crew right inside of Lyubov, and they're shelling us from right inside of Lyubov. As you can see here, or I mean at least like a couple of freaking seconds ago, the sandbag just disappeared because a mortar crew just wiped it out right after German soldier just wiped out the guy standing behind it. After it, basically some sapper came in and repaired the damage, but we're kind of like stuck in a place where we're kind of pinned down, and we kind of don't know how to retreat, nor do we know if we should stay. We're just sitting there. But then all of a sudden a fucking German came out. It's like, oh my god. Never mind. Which actually, this little encounter with the German trying to flank us actually made me realize that there are some reinforcements coming in. So basically, I kind of like got a little bit of, a little bit of courage. Then we'll get the reinforcements. We'll be able to push through Lyubov, and it should be golden, right? Right? Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh god, oh peace. Now, okay, sure, in the footage, it may not look as scary, but when you're kind of in that place right there, and you got a giant wall of Panzer Grenadiers just rushing you, and you have like two other Russian conscripts with you who don't even know how to fight, you kind of lose your shit, Which is why I stopped for 5 seconds, told everyone to fall back or retreat, and it was back to the drawing board with us. But as you see, as we were going back to base, we realized that HQ has sent out a second push. And of course, our courageous soldier, our brave Prizevnik, Boris Simishki, he had to get himself involved with the second push. Now, fast forward to the second push, where we have compiled all the soldiers, all the soldat that we need to carry out this pivotal and foreshadowingly important push. Now, this time, this push, it is dependent on us going through land, through the forest, and then flanking the Germans west side to the village of Lyubov. We are a little less considering manpower, but wars are not won with quantity. Wars are won with brawn and brain. So that someone's probably said that, don't quote me. But as you can see, while we are moving through the forest, we're already getting fired at. We haven't even gotten near the outskirts of Lyubov, and we're already getting shot at left and right. I think I heard someone get killed right now, and I made a decision right then and there that I'm going to go branch out from my squad a little bit. I'm going to go scout the village, see what kind of enemy we are expecting, and then report back to the squad leader, tell him the intel, and then we can build a plan. based upon the kind of intel that I've brought him. And as such, I find a sort of long ditch. It's not like a trench, but it's like deep enough to like hide me. And as I make my way back, I find a sort of fortification with 3 Soviet soldiers taking cover. I walk up to them and start telling them of the intel I gathered. I go and tell them, I got a glimpse of them. They are a bunch of grenadier, a mortar man or 2. I think I saw an officer as well. I then duck down and take cover and realize that I've been shot quite a couple of times and I'm in severe need for a medic. I announce that I require medical attention, of which there are sadly no medics in this little hideout. But I make out that we have a sapper, a machine gunner, and whoever just ran out of the hideout was probably a rifleman. Shortly after the man has stopped shooting his DP, he told us that the medic probably died in the rush, and then proceeds to tell us that we actually have Germans waiting in the trenches right in front of the fortification as well, stating that we are pinned. But then, I cracked the idea. What if we encircle them? I had just come back from that ditch right behind the fortification. I suggested that we could take that ditch to flank them from the right, but I just needed enough soldiers to carry out this move. But as I was planning with the man in the Ushanka, the DP man warned us with another thing. I saw some Germans in the bushes. I think I saw a sniper as well. But, not heeding our comrade with the DP's warnings, our comrade in the Ushanka interrupts our comrade with the DP and says, I'll shank the trench. And as such, I look to my comrade in the Ushanka, tell him I'm coming, then look back to comrade with DP. Comrade, you provide covering fire. Stay here. Let's go. I get up, make my way to the ditch, and comrade in Ushanka follows. As you can see, we're kind of crouching until halt. I go prone. I tell him to go prone, or actually he just went prone himself and said, Germans. The comrade in Ushanka, he spotted 2 Germans up ahead, and then looking back, I spotted there are 2 Germans behind us, and one seems to have an MG42. I then quickly realize they're heading to a comrade with a DP. I have to shoot. When comrade with a Ushanka built the sandbags, I pulled out my Mosin Nagant and started opening fire at the rushing Germans. But sadly, it is no use. I wasn't able to lay a shot on anyone. At least one that was able to kill them. I hear a twig snap. And another one. They're shooting at us from afar. It is the sniper! I take prone and I go tell to comrade with the Ushanka. Our DP man is probably dead. But wait, is that a Russian German? Phew! Comrade with the Ushanka just saved us with the PPS. Now this decision wasn't taken on footage, but we made an on-spot decision where we will retreat a couple miles back, we will set up defenses, and go through with this plan. Comrade Marcus, we have to go through with this plan or else our push will be kaput and we will have to be pushed back to square one, like we were 14 minutes ago in this video. Now listen up. We will set up defenses in the riverbank right behind the farmstead on the outskirts of Lyubov. Then we will rally up all our comrades and try to form our own squad. We will push back any counter-offensive and then we attack. We will storm the trenches and then the village shortly after. And at the end of the storming, we will set up defenses at the outskirts of Lyubov, where we will stand our last stand. And as such, we defend.
Enemy! Stand 200 meters front! I see him! Fire!
We have to help our comrade. Shall we advance?
There is a trench by the riverside down this hill.
Well, we rush from trench to trench.
got the fortification up ahead.
Until we make it to our last destination. It was a brutal battle. I've lost so many comrades. I've pushed so many pushes. But this is it. The battle for Cirx was a very brutal battle. It been fought for many days, but thanks to the efforts of the penal battalion sent that day, it was able to contest the point that we have been fighting for many weeks, and has since acted as a spearhead for the rest of the battalions surrounding the vicinity. This has led to the total victory of the Red Army and the major failure of the Wehrmacht. The battle for Cirx was won 2 weeks later. Oh man, that was a roller coaster, wasn't it? Now, I really don't know how to end off videos, but I would like to begin with a 100 out of 100 rating. Best game, best game. Now, while I really never made good on my promises with releasing much videos, I'm already working on another project right next to this one, all about building a vehicle in BND on Roblox. Again, I've become a Roblox channel, guys. Why? Please subscribe and like and favorite and share the video on Facebook, everyone. Thank you. Bye bye.